Have you ever wondered why Christian believers tend to do, think, or say things that don't make sense? From the bizarre practices and beliefs about science and politics to the way Christians can easily dismiss the most compelling evidence against their beliefs. Ever since my personal escape from Christianity, I've been on a quest to understand how I developed and maintained the beliefs that I did. I've also been on a quest to understand how the world works in reality. To those who have recently escaped Christianity themselves, I fully understand how terrifying it can be and hope that you find the content of this video to be helpful. North Korea, officially called the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, is located in the northern section of the Korean peninsula. As a result of its isolation, North Korea is often called the Hermit Kingdom. North Korea's supreme leader is Kim Jong Un, who rules the country with an authoritarian iron fist. He is suspected of many crimes against humanity and has ordered the execution of several North Korean officials, including those of his own family. Since he took power in 2011, Kim Jong Un has consolidated his power through executions. In his first 6 years as leader, he ordered the executions of at least 340 people. Citizens disobedient to the supreme leader's commands suffer enslavement, torture, imprisonment, rape, forced abortions, and prolonged starvation. Citizens are not only punished for disobedience, but also for political, religious, racial, and gender-related reasons. Kim Jong-un's uncle, Jang Song-taek, was arrested and executed for treachery by firing squad. Jang's family was also executed to completely destroy all traces of Jang's existence, including the children and grandchildren of all close relatives. Oh Sang-han was a deputy security minister in the Ministry of People's Security who was killed in a political purge in 2014. According to South Korean newspapers, Oh was executed by flamethrower for his role in supporting Kim's uncle, Jang Song-taek. In 2016, Kim Yong-jin, the deputy premier for education, was killed in front of a firing squad after showing disrespectful posture in a meeting. Hyun Yong-chol, Kim Jong-un's general over the armed forces, fell asleep in a meeting. He was executed with an anti-aircraft gun. After the brutal murders of these significant figures in the government, it was announced by state media that the executions made their country purer. State media continued to warn North Koreans that the government will never pardon those who disobey the orders of the Supreme Commander. North Korean citizens are forbidden to leave the country and indoctrinated from childhood to instill an official personality cult and to train absolute obedience to the Supreme Leader. Independent thought is bred out while the people are subject to constant propaganda that glorifies the state. When we look at the Christian God, or Yahweh as the Old Testament calls him, we see a very similar figure to the North Korean dictator. Yahweh punished the entire world in Genesis with Noah's flood, which executed men, women, children, babies, animals, and everything else except for 8 individuals. Also in Genesis, Abraham was ordered to sacrifice his son to Yahweh. While most Christians today would consider such a barbaric request to come from an evil spirit instead of the Christian God, we can clearly see that Abraham saw Yahweh as a being who would make such a request by the way he neither questioned or argued with the request. Another notable story is that of Jephthah, who had to sacrifice his daughter to Yahweh as the fulfillment of a promise he made in order to defeat the Ammonites. There are many other examples of Yahweh's brutal actions against guilty and innocent humans alike, but so far we are only looking at the Old Testament and physical death. In the New Testament, there is a whole new level of atrocious punishment introduced by the character of Jesus Christ. Eternal punishment. Eternal torture and torment. Eternal destruction. Eternal hellfire. There are many similarities between Kim Jong Un and Yahweh. Yahweh has supreme power over all people in his jurisdiction, just like Kim Jong Un. Yahweh has murdered many people on a whim that displeased him, just like Kim Jong Un. Yahweh and everything he does is defined as good, just as it is with Kim Jong Un. Yahweh's commands are to be followed without question at all times, no matter how evil the command seems, just like with Kim Jong Un. Yahweh demands absolute love, loyalty, adoration, respect, and worship, no matter what he says or does, just like with Kim Jong Un. Yahweh is presented as a loving figure, while everyone knows that they will be brutally punished for disobedience, just like with Kim Jong Un. If you weren't raised with these beliefs yourself, you might find it odd to compare the fictional characters in a book to a real person, Kim Jong Un. However, there are literally millions of people who believe the characters of Yahweh and Jesus are real. And this is where we get to the truly dark and disturbing part of this message. The dark message that cannot be uttered by devout Christians, but is just as real to them as the ground beneath their feet. Every devout Christian has a personal Kim Jong Un sitting on their shoulder, watching every word they speak, every step they take, and every breath they breathe. While Kim Jong Un is human and not all-knowing, Yahweh can see every thought you think, every temptation you experience, every disrespectful thought towards him, and every doubt that displeases him. Next time you speak with a devout Christian who is reluctant to engage in critical thinking or legitimate questioning of their positions, try to keep in mind that this person has a brutal, merciless, and demanding supreme leader in their mind that is watching and judging every thought they think, every act they do, and every word they speak. Think of how your average citizen in North Korea would react if you questioned the dear leader's goodness or correctness in front of Kim Jong Un himself. Even if the citizen doubted, do you think he would display that doubt in front of Kim Jong Un himself? It's the same exact way with Yahweh and Jesus. Christians are being kept in a prison for their own minds, serving an eternal dictator who punishes anyone who displeases him on a whim and does not tolerate any level of doubt in his existence or goodness. Christians believe in a God that will eternally punish even the smallest of crimes, including the crimes of doubt and dissent. Does any of this sound familiar? To those who are suffering from losing their religious faith, please check the helpful resources in the video description for psychological and mental health assistance from qualified professionals. I truly hope that you learned something today. Remember to like and subscribe to help get this message out to others. Until next time, thanks for watching.